What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader, or AFG Claus, coming back to you with a mint on card market update. Lots of incredible items here sold on eBay, including, as you can see in this thumbnail, one item I've never even seen before because I don't know much about foreign cardbacks. But in addition to this weird hammerhead kind of clipper, or some kind of Spanish offer sticker on an Empire Strikes Back card, we had a Toltoys Vader that sold at auction. We had a Meccano Vader that also sold at auction. I mean, it's really incredible stuff that sold here, including an alternate image Chewbacca. I mean, lots of really fantastic items. So, as always, thanks to my Patreon supporters. They get my videos 24 hours early access. It's patreon.com/actionfiguregrader. If you have any interest in becoming a Patreon member. And I've got my Santa hat on, so those of you that have lots of money to burn, there are a lot of good deals out there. I found a few that I thought we'd talk about, and let's go ahead and dig right in. The first one is an AFA 80 square blister R2-D2 bubble. That was a 12-back B, square bubble plastic tray. So I didn't know this, but apparently some of the Jawas got packed with an R2-D2 blister, and that's where they label it square bubble. And I didn't realize that the square bubble notation on AFA's label signified that the Jawa was packed in with the incorrect blister or bubble. So that's the case here. 12-back B, beautiful example. This was sold by Jeff's Collectible Empire, Jeff Jacob. I bought from him before, and he had a number of really incredible items, not only in this video, but I've got a loose graded video that I don't know when I'm going to premiere that one, but he had them all kind of ending at the same time. Very, very tempting to bid on some of these, but this was not one of them. I don't have the money for this one. 12-back B, but it sold for $1,000. Only one bid, $10 shipping. I thought that was a great price. 80, 75, 85 were the sub scores on that one, but a gorgeous example of 12-back B Jawa. Great price, great price. I mean, I've seen some 20-backs that have sold for more than this. And it looks like it was punched. Let me see. Yeah, it was a punched example. So, that kept the price down a little bit. It seems like, maybe some of these 12-back collectors like to only focus on unpunched examples. But still, $1,000 plus $10 shipping. I know that sounds like a lot of money, but it is a 12-back B in high grade. And potentially the 75 blister score held it down as well. It looked like it had a little ding on the blister. Let's see if we can get a good close-up of that. Yeah, you can see the big ding right here on the blister. So that probably held the score down just a little bit. But $1,000 plus $10 shipping took that home. Here was an unpunched Sand People on a 12-back. This one sold for $926 on 50 bids. Lots of action on this one. It looks to be a clear blister and in great shape overall. I'd say probably an 80 grade would be my guess on that. It did have a price sticker that's got some wear to it, but the card back looked to be in pretty impeccable condition. So $926 free shipping on that one. The same seller also had this 12-back C-3PO clear blister, unpunched with that same price sticker. That one sold for $860. I mean, that's a great price for a beautiful C-3PO. Probably both of those, both the Sand People and the C-3PO, would hit an 80 grade, would be my guess. So prices are coming down. Prices are definitely coming down. Here was a micro collection Hoth Turret Defense, mint and sealed box, graded AFA 80, sold by Brian's Toys at auction. This sold for $190 plus $925 shipping. I thought that was a fantastic deal. This is one I had in my collection, I believe. I know I had the Hoth, the larger Ion Cannon playset. I might have had this one as well. And I also know I had the Hoth Wampa Cave in this micro collection. But these were just really awesome items, and it's nice to see a very high-grade example sell for a very reasonable price, in my opinion. $190 plus $925 shipping. Next up, we had a 32-back B Hoth Stormtrooper, graded AFA 75. 75, 80, 80 were the sub-scores. That sold for $575. Here's the label on that one. That's a great price, in my opinion, for a nice unpunched clear blister Hoth Stormtrooper, and I believe is that the debut card? I can't remember. He might have had a 31-back. I can't keep them all straight, but that was a gorgeous example for a very reasonable price. There was also this one. This is the 41-back E with a yellowed blister unpunched that had the price sticker. Shout out to Darth Wiz, that who's a Patreon supporter and alerted me to this one. I thought this was a great buy. $270 on 26 bids. Plus $10 shipping. That's a really great price. Probably a yellowed 80 is what this one would score as well. So definitely some good deals on a lot of vintage mint on cards right now. I guess a lot of people are just saving up for Christmas gifts and things, and prices have held down. This was a yellowed 80 blister, or yellowed 80 score Ugnaught. It was punched, but a nice overall 80, and this one was a 41 back E. Pretty common to find that Ugnaught on the 41E. 80, 85, 85 with the yellow designation on the label there. That one sold for $341 plus $17 shipping. Another pretty fair deal in my mind. And then this seller had a number of mint on cards that were kind of in varying condition, but this one had some wave to it. But this is the Leia on the 48 back offerless, and it did have a price sticker, and it was punched. And as you can see, the card did have some wear. Nothing terrible, probably like an overall 75 would be my guess. It did have some spider veins there in the lower right-hand corner that might hold it back, but beautiful crystal clear blister that was in fantastic condition. That one sold for $260 plus $10 shipping. I thought that was a great buy. Same seller also had this 41 back Yoda, and this one had the brown snake. And I think this is the first card back, if memory serves, where the brown snake started to show up on the Empire Strikes Back card backs. Obviously, the blister was yellowed, and it did have some pretty major wear to it. The card back also had a lot of wear to it. That one sold for $255 plus $10 shipping. Again, I think that's a very fair price, given that it's Yoda. Next up, I've got a 45 back Star Wars Display Arena R5D4. This one sold for $315 on 20 bids plus $10 shipping. It looks like it had a litho tear on the front of the card back, as you can see right there. A little bit of wear, a little bit of wave to the card, but $315 plus $10 shipping on a crystal clear blister that was in fantastic condition. I think that was probably like an overall 75, probably maybe a 70 just because of the litho tear, but certainly displays a lot better than your average 70 grade R5D4, but good buy there. Jeff's Collectible Empire also had this transition card, Empire Strikes Back, unpunched, with the free secret Star Wars action figure R5D4. AFA 75 plus, 75, 80, 90 were the subscores on that one. This is a very difficult card back to find for the R5D4, and the price reflected that. It sold for $876 on 22 bids. And again, there was one that sold at Hakes that was sold for quite a bit more than that, but it was an AFA 80, if memory serves. This one was a 75 plus, but a very good price, I think, for a clear blister R5D4 on that transition card on the Empire Strikes Back unpunched. Next up was a Ben Kenobi. This one was a 65 back A, but as you see in the title for the auction, it said read. Whenever it says that, that usually means there's something wrong with the item. And this one did sell for $237.50. It was a crystal clear blister. At first glance, you're like, wow, that's really nice. But he did disclose that the blister is starting to pull away a little bit from the card back. You can see it's got some pulling away there at the bottom of the blister. So, that usually signifies that the glue that was used to hold this blister on is starting to fail. And I think we're going to see more and more of this as time goes on. But it was a crystal clear blister. He said it was still fully sealed. Probably still an overall 80, despite that blister pulling away from the card back. But beautiful item. Absolutely gorgeous. $237.50 plus $10 shipping. I would take the risk on that. I think that was a good price. This one was the dark gray hair Obi-Wan Kenobi made in Hong Kong. But a gorgeous example with that Toys R Us price sticker, and it was punched. Same seller also had the alternate image Chewbacca. This one was an AFA 80, 75, 80, 85, and it was punched. It was not unpunched. Here's the label on that one. 75, 80, 85, but it's a 65 back C crystal clear blister with the alternate image Rockstar Chewbacca. Now, it was listed for $775, and the best offer that was accepted was $725. I think that was a great price. Very fair to both the seller and the buyer on that one. I think I know this seller. He's a really well-known collector within the community and has an incredible collection. An incredible collection. Him and Jeff Jacob, I mean, the two of them are going neck and neck in terms of vintage mint on card collections. It's just an incredible collection he has. Next up, we've got a couple of 77 back Luke Skywalker Jedi Knights. This one was unpunched with the price sticker with a yellow blister, but probably an overall 80 grade. That sold for $280. $280. Green. This is the green saber. So a little bit easier to find than the 65 backs that have the blue saber, but gorgeous example. $280 plus $10 shipping for that is a very, very good price relative to where they've sold in the past. And then this one was a little bit less yellowed, and the price reflected that. It was also unpunched, but it looks like it did have a little bit more wear around the hang tab. Although it was unpunched, it had some spider veins there, as you can see. But that blister is a lot less yellowed. It did have a little bit more wear in the lower left-hand corner of the card back. And it looks like it does have a ding in the upper right-hand corner of the blister. But a beautiful example. Now, to me personally, I'd probably prefer to have this one. But it is a lot more yellowed, so that's a big negative. This one probably presents better, although I think it would score lower if it was submitted for grading. That one sold for $316 plus $18 shipping. Jeff, again, also had some mini rigs for sale. This was a qualified 80 MLC 3 on the Empire Strikes Back packaging. So as you can see on the label there, it's qualified grading, meaning that the tape holding this together had failed, but it was unused contents. So very high grade, and tough to find that on the Empire Strikes Back packaging. That one sold for $229, free shipping. That's a great price, great price. Same seller also had the Cap 2 AFA 75. This one was mint in sealed box. It mainly got the 75 because the flap on this one had a heavy crease on it. But this is one I'd love to get in my collection one day. It's got the Bosk on there, obviously. Great packaging art. That one sold for $305, free shipping. I thought that was a very fair price as well. Next up was a beautiful Imperial Sniper Tri-Logo that is mint in sealed box, graded UKG 75%. Very tough to find this one, especially at auction, and I knew it would sell for a boatload, and it did. 700 pounds, which equates to $860 US plus shipping on that. That's a pretty incredible item, though. I question the 75 just because of that big litho tear where somebody tried to remove the price sticker. It's unfortunate. Just leave the price sticker on there. It would probably have graded an 80 overall. But 75, I don't think it would get a 75 at AFA. Usually when you got that big of a litho tear, it's an automatic 70. So, but still, whatever. This is an incredible item. Very, very tough to find, this Imperial Sniper vehicle. 700 pounds, took that one home plus shipping. I got a couple of hammerheads. First, the less rare one. This was the 41 back B, but it was a clear blister, a little bit of wear around the hang tab, some slight edge wear to it, but gorgeous example. $345.40 plus $10 shipping, took that one home. I thought that was a very fair price. The blister looked to be nice and crystal clear. Just a little bit of edge wear, as you can see, some creasing up there in the upper left-hand corner on the back of the card back, but probably an overall 75 plus would be my guess on the grade on that one. $345, very fair price. Now let's dig into those rarities that sold at auction. This is the hammerhead. It says a Desca yellow sticker, AFA 50 yellowed. And here's the label on it, Clipper Desca yellow sticker. So this is a Dutch Clipper offer sticker. So I don't know what I'm talking about, but here's the back of it. I've never seen this offer sticker before. I've seen some kind of free gratuity, stickers on some of the Return of the Jedis, but this is a totally different yellow sticker that I've never seen before, and I just don't know much about foreign card backs, unfortunately. But anyway, graded AFA 50, archival case, beautiful example. And it sold for $710 plus $46 shipping. So big boy price on that. It did have a ding on the blister, but these foreign card backs on the Empire Strikes Back cards, very tough to find. Very tough to find, but pretty awesome example. Here's a close-up of that sticker for those of you interested. Pretty incredible item, though. Next up was a Toltoys Australian and New Zealand market mint on card Vader, AFA 40. The card back got a 50, the blister got a 40, and the figure got an 85. I assume it had a crack or something going on the blister for getting the 40 grade. So here's a close-up of the damage on the blister. If I can get eBay to work. I don't know what's going on with their kind of interface, but it has a lot of trouble zooming in. But here's the blister. You can see the damage on it. But that Toltoys Vader, what an incredible item. What an incredible item, with the Toltoys logo on the front. So truly a holy grail, and the price reflected that. That sold for $4,161 plus shipping. So wow, I've never seen a Toltoys Vader, especially an early card back, 12 back like this, sell at auction before. So somebody got their grail, and it's an incredible item. And then here was that Mira Meccano Darth Vader on the 65 back. This was AFA 75. The sub scores were 75, 75, 85. And Santa came early to somebody. I don't know who got it, but congratulations. $4,250, 43 bids plus $46 shipping. Just a couple of really incredible mint on card Vaders that sold at auction. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.